My name's Rob, and I want to talk a little bit about what I was doing yesterday. Yesterday I was making this countertop. There were a lot of mistakes made, probably because of the camera. One of them was the seam. There's a wood seam in the deck of this. Normally I lay out my tops upside down, so I don't have to flip them. This one, I didn't do that, so I put my corrugators in the deck. For those of you who don't know, corrugators are rippled metal that go into the wood to help hold it together. Works good for countertops. Hold it until the wood glue dries, so we can put the buildup on it. This particular top is 2 1/4 inches thick. It is a drop top. It's going to be sitting over another top. Let's get a little look at this. Now, I started out as a countertop guy, making laminate countertops and solid surface countertops. I also did stone. I've been getting into woodworking, and I love it. I like to make stuff. Since I've been doing countertops, I've made anything from bunk beds to coffee tables, end tables, entertainment centers, computer desks, bookshelves, pretty much anything. I just love making it. Now that I'm into woodworking, I try to tie what I know, which is countertops, into my woodworking. When I make tables, when I make cabinets, they're going to be wood, but with laminate or solid surface combined. Yesterday we also got a visit from a contractor from Tim Hortons. For those of you who don't know, Tim Hortons is a coffee shop. I am here in Buffalo, and Tim Hortons is on every corner. It is bigger than Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. He dropped this countertop off. Last year a car drove through Tim Hortons and smashed it up. This is a windowsill, and apparently their contractor was thrown off the job, and he wants this remade. It's got to be a little bit longer. It's got a metal edge on there, and it is laminate on the flipboard. Wood grain. Nice looking countertop. We also got this laminate for this countertop delivered by Foxy Delivery. While he was out front to deliver his countertop, apparently he got his mirror taken off by another driver, which is crazy. I'll be showing some projects. This is the shop. If you go to Countertops in Buffalo, you will also see this shop for Mr. Bill, Countertops Unlimited. I use this shop also. I make countertops, but also make my projects here. I'll be making videos showing projects. I will put up a video showing some past projects. There's some I have here that I'm working on, which I will show you. I try to make stuff that costs me pretty much no money. I have 2 of these here that were made from sink cutouts. For those of you who don't know, when you make a countertop, if the sinks are dropping, obviously you got to cut a hole. It's about underneath. You also have to cut a hole. So we usually have an extra piece, which I used here. Put a little wood on the edge. It's a little dusty, still needs to be finished. And these are going to be some kind of table. I'm not sure if it's an end table or an accent table or what to call them. There's a little bit of a profile on there. You can see all the dust just from my hands. those are just something to make. Nothing special, nothing in particular for me. I'll make these first, and then I'll make a base for them, figure out what height I want, and I can show you the finished product. I am also in the middle of making a coffee table and end tables that nest underneath the coffee table. Designed by my wife. They're going to be all one piece with rounded corners, and sides are going to be covered in wood. For woodworkers out there, I'd have to say, go visit the Drunken Woodworker. Awesome guy, kind of guy I would hang out with at a bar. He's in Toledo, Ohio. I also am from Ohio, Cleveland. He also lives near Steve Ramsey, another good woodworker on YouTube. For those of you who don't know, I know the Drunken Woodworker always likes looking at designs. If you want to see something, check out John Peters. He's an artist. He does woodworking. Great work. A lot of care into his work. You may have saw me flipping countertops yesterday. A little tight in here. Usually the shop's cleaner. Right now it's a mess. I'll show you a little bit of that. We have the countertop I was working on. And then we have another countertop, which, in case you don't know, this has a wooden edge. It's actually applied. It's MDF. That's glued on afterward. I'll grab a piece here to show you. That one is a crescent edge. It's like a fingernail edge. Rounded on the front, flat on the top and bottom. This is what it looks like. This is a bevel edge. It's just a piece of MDF that's made and laminated, and you wood glue it right to the front edge. This one also has an undermount bowl, which is not routed out yet. It's down there. We got solid surface in yesterday. So I got a pallet here. There's 4 sheets of solid surface there, which I have to start working on. And then another 5 I unloaded onto our rack. This is our material rack. At the top we usually keep 30 by 8s of flake board. 30 by 10s of flake board. Solid surface. And just a catch-all. Right now we have lots of samples up there. We have some end panels up there, some splashes, laminate chains, all kinds of messy stuff. This is normally our cart that we keep anything we're working on. Normally the solid surface that is right here would be on the cart. And when it's warmer outside, we can just roll the cart outside, give us a whole extra workspace. Right now, it is a disaster. There's also a cabinet hiding down here. A laminate cabinet, which I will post some pictures of. Garbage, cardboard. When I take out the garbage, I take out the cardboard. This week I missed the cardboard, so we got lots of boxes. Extra laminate. Little feed table to our table saw. Dust collector. It's nice having it next to the table saw. You can turn it on and off as you're using table saw. Planer. Usually a planer is under the catch table on the back. We have a little shelf down here under the catch table, along with a rack for our seam kits. It's a 2-part epoxy used for gluing up solid surface. Some cabinets with our chop saws, one for solid surface, one for wood. Screws, 1.25 inch, 1.5, 2 inch, 2.5. Those are basically what we use for screwing down countertops. We do have a box of 3s up there. Our radio. Some squeeze clamps. This, for those of you who don't know, which all of you, this is our compressor room. We have a large compressor in here. Old. This room is also packed with garbage. but we have shelving up there. We keep all our stock stuff. And that just feeds a hose right through the wall to here. Originally we were going to run pipe down the wall and put a few different spots in to tie into the air, and we never did. So we just have the long hose. Normally it's used for either spraying glue with that, or it's used for stapling buildup onto the countertops. It's also used for doing the corrugators in the decks. Sometimes we use it for sanding. We have a little palm sander for doing solid surface. This is a little porter cable. Comes in handy. Very smooth sanding, very light. And this is our spray booth. This spray booth is used for spraying the red glue onto the laminate. We have a little fan for exhaust. We can turn the lights on, fan on. You can get clear glue. We like the red glue for cleaning purposes. It's easy to see. You know whether you've gotten it all. Some people like the clear glue because you don't see it. But then if you miss some, you don't know. The red glue, very easy to see, very easy to clean. This particular top we're installing today, I'm going to start some of that solid surface. Anything else? A lot of good woodworking videos out there. I will be posting videos on mostly woodworking, but just making stuff in general. Nothing in particular. Right now, like I said, I'm working on these just because they were laying around and I wanted to make them. I liked the color of the laminate, thought it would look good with the dark wood. I didn't go as dark on these as I was envisioning. This is just an early American stain with 2 coats of poly over it. I was envisioning something darker. I'll probably make the bases darker, more of a walnut color. We'll see. I am also working on the coffee table and end tables, and hopefully I'll be finishing them up this week. And I will be starting a dining room table and 6 backless chairs, which my wife also designed. Visit Countertops in Buffalo. Visit the Junkin Woodworker. Jay Bates is another good one. Steve Ramsey, John Peters, all good woodworkers. All fun guys. Good to watch. Yeah. Anything else? If there's anything you want to see me make, or anything in particular, let me know. I'll show you some of the materials we usually use. Usually for laminate countertops, we use flake board. Typical is 30 by 8s, 30 by 10s. These are 4 by 8s. Occasionally we'll use plywood, basic plywood, which, like I said, most of my stuff's free. I use scraps for making. We have leftover laminates, black laminate, wood grain laminate, which my bookshelf is made out of. Hard to see, but that's brown laminate. Let's see. All different colors. It's in the backyard of where Mr. Bill lives. It's heated by Keeps this nice and toasty. I usually just keep it around 60 degrees. We have a dust collector up here. Dust collector for the table saw. And although I don't use it, I should. We have Festool vacuum for the sander and the track saw. The tools I usually use are table saw, routers. Those are my favorite tools. It's amazing what you can do with the table saw and some routers. Making countertops, I use the track saw a lot, made by Festool. With these tools, you can do a lot. Belt sander. We don't have bandsaw. We don't have oscillating sanders or good disc sanders. Most of my stuff is cut on table saw, jigsaw, routers, belt sander. I do a lot of sanding. I like sanding. You see a lot of people complain about sanding wood. It doesn't bother me. I've been sanding solid surface for a long time, and it's not a big deal to sand for me. So I don't need a lot of the tools that the other guys have. We don't have a lot of planers. We just have the tabletop planer by DeWalt. We used to make cabinets, and we sold off a lot of our stuff, the sander and thickness sander and the flat sander for doing doors. And hopefully I will have my own shop someday, but for now I am posting out of here. Hope to hear from you, and until next time, see ya.